As the automotive aftermarket industry and vehicle technology continue to evolve, the need to have great partners in the industry has become vital. I'm Krista McNamara, Editorial Director with Motor Age and Aftermarket Business World. Automotive Parts Associates is one of the oldest program distribution groups in operation. Focused on member services and aggressive supplier programs, APA creates more than $500 million of buying power annually. With me today is Steve Tucker, President of Automotive Parts Associates. Today, Steve and I are going to discuss supplier partnerships, new vehicle technology, and its impact on the industry, recruitment, and parts availability. So let's get started. Steve, APA has been a program group for nearly 50 years. What do you see as the responsibilities of a good supplier beyond just selling parts?
It's an often overused words, I think, but the fact of the matter is it is a true partnership between suppliers, customers, distributors. The whole value chain is important. None of us exist without the other. So I look for not only the part at the right price with all the service with it, but I also look for the data. I look for all of the support that goes with being able to make sure we have that part in the right place. Everybody's got a part in a box. It's all about the data and about the support that goes along with it.
Now let's talk a little bit about vehicle technology. Vehicle electronics, connectivity, autonomy, all of these are daily buzzwords in the industry. Do you see vehicle complexity as being good or bad for our business? And how can technicians ensure that they're getting the information that they need to properly repair vehicles?
Yeah, that's literally the billion-dollar question that we all ask every day and keeps most of us up at night. So vehicle complexity, is a double-edged sword. As long as we can get access to that information and help our customers, and those being customers being technicians, get that information, it's a win. Vehicle manufacturers have been rather guarded, I'll just say that word, in the past with that information. And so it is up to us as an industry to make sure that our customers get access to it. As long as we can get access to it, we can fix any car. We've proven that over the past 100 years. In 1973, 74, when electronic ignition came out, that the end of the aftermarket, we got rid of points and condensers, and our technicians weren't going to be able to figure it out. And then front wheel drive happened, and then computers and all those things that were supposed to spell the end of the automotive aftermarket came and went, and we figured it out. And we'll figure this out too. As long as, again, that we can partner with vehicle manufacturers, get access to all that information. So the technician not only has to know how to use that impact wrench, he has to know how to use that scan tool, laptops, not only get the data, but read and interpret that data. So I think it's exciting because it elevates our technicians and our industry in the eyes of the consumer. And there's a lot of technicians out there making six-figure incomes simply because of vehicle complexity. So I don't view it as a bad thing. I view it as a challenge, but one that we're certainly going to be able to take advantage of.
Right. Yeah, it seems like as long as the technicians remain committed to ongoing training and education, that we're going to keep moving in the right direction.
That's it. And so every time we meet with our suppliers, we ask about training. What can we help provide to the technician to make sure that they know how to put that part on and fix the car right the first time? Mm-hmm. Dealerships are not the answer. They don't have enough base space to take care of it. Even if all of our shops went away tomorrow, they could not take care of the customers that are out there with cars. So we have a responsibility to make sure our technicians can do the job.
So now, what about electric vehicles? Do you see EVs as a threat or an opportunity for independent shops?
I think it's a little of both. Opportunity for those that want to view it as such and embrace it and move forward. There's a lot of overlap between an EV and a regular internal combustion engine. Mm-hmm. So all of the braking systems, the ride control, the steering mechanisms, all those are remarkably similar. Those parts, a lot of them are available today in the aftermarket. So it's one of those things that's not going to spell the end of the aftermarket. It's one that we will have to embrace and adapt and get access to the information and the parts to be able to take advantage of the repair opportunities. Those that want to keep, doing things as usual, it is going to be a threat. They're going to have to adapt. It's going to make good technicians better when they embrace, and those that are afraid of it, will act accordingly. When Priuses and hybrids first hit the market, we thought that was going to be a problem, and now it's a regular occurrence to see battery packs being replaced. And Priuses have multi water pumps on them, and they have two drive units to work on. And technicians and shops have trained and taken advantage of that opportunity. So as of our parts suppliers. So
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to it.
So we've touched on changing vehicle technology. Now let's get into the changing landscape on the recruitment side. Everyone knows good techs are valuable and vital for shop success. What do you see as some ways to not only find them, but also retain them long term?
I talk to I've got a lot of friends in the shop business, and that's probably the number one thing dominates the conversation every time we get together is either supply chain and by supply chain, I mean not only parts, but I mean technicians as well. A lot of our techs are aging out. They've been in the business a long time, and we are struggling to find younger techs to come in and fill that void. And so I think again, it's an opportunity for program groups like APA to go out and help these shops find customers by partnering with a lot of the, the schools that are out there like UNOH or Biotech or Lincoln Tech, and act as matchmaker. And we can do that, and we're already starting to do some of those things. So we've got to help. If we don't have customers, we don't have a business. So we have to make sure that those technicians are available, and partnering with technician schools is certainly a vital way to get that done. Also, working with them to offer benefits. That's one place where we lose technicians back to the dealership is because of benefits, whether it's health or 401ks, and partnering with insurance companies to provide low cost or as low cost as we can insurance and benefits to our customer base, just like they were part of our program group, is another way that we're going to help secure and retain those technicians.
Mhm. Now let's talk parts. Parts availability has been a significant challenge recently, especially in certain categories. Do you see this problem improving, continuing, and what do you think the timeline looks like?
Well, I hate to say I don't think it'll get any worse because usually when you say that, it will. But we have seen some improvement in certain categories over the past month anyway. Uh, I don't think, frankly, we'll see any significant improvement until maybe late spring, early summer. The holidays are going to hit, and the retailers are going to take up container and shipping space, already are, to get product in for those holidays. So that impacts us. I will say that a lot of our members, and I think a lot of other distributors out there, are getting creative. They're finding hidden gems, if you will, in the supply base that maybe they didn't pay attention to before. So there's brake companies that aren't necessarily based overseas, or filter companies or other things that we might not have paid attention to in the past, but now we're availing ourselves to those entities. So we're figuring it out. It's
Mhm.
taking a little more creativity, I think, to get there. Instead of maybe buying one line of brake rotors, we may be buying four to get what we need. We'll get through it, but I wouldn't look for any quantum leaps of improvement before next spring at the earliest.
So, lastly, let's talk APEX. What are you expecting out of the show, and what are some of APA's goals in attending?
Well, I think Apex is certainly going to be interesting this year. We missed a year, and everybody says, "Oh, I hate going back to Vegas." Then you miss it, and everybody says, "Man, I really missed connecting with everyone." So um, I think there's a couple of things that I'm looking for. I'm looking at reconnecting. I mean, Zoom is great, Teams is great, but nothing beats sharing a cocktail and shaking hands. And so that is one of the primary goals. Um, Finding those suppliers, as I mentioned earlier, that maybe we haven't done business in the past that we need to connect with to help plug those gaps. That's certainly an important thing. I'm relatively new at APA. I came over here in March. I haven't met all of our own members yet, so we've got a pretty large contingent going this year. So I'm excited about that. APA has not participated in AWDA in the past. We are this year, and that's a big deal for us. So seeing everyone, seeing what's new, and reconnecting.
Steve, thank you for your time and insights today. I know that one of the core tenets of APA is that strength really lies in the unity of its members, and hopefully the automotive aftermarket industry as a whole can follow this ideal to remain successful amid challenges and a changing landscape. Thanks for watching.